Have you worked on IDocs?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please give me some introduction of IDocs?
Yeah, actually, see, for example, when if the client is having any third-party system, whenever they capture any or they will post any invoices from their third-party system, that information also they wanted to post all those transactions into SAP also automatically. That time we will be having the one third-party like middleware tool, middleware software also like web methods or MuleSoft. The whatever the information are there within the third party system that will trigger into the middleware system. From the middleware onwards we will be map from third party system fields versus SAP field mapping will be done within that, and we will provide all the fields to the middleware system, and they will do the mapping from their side. Whenever they receive the actual data from the third party, they will map into the SAP field tables, and they will send the data into the SAP through IDoc. The entire the data will come into the picture, and it will sit into the IDoc, and then it will execute that IDoc, and then once it is executed,
Who
then
will
it will
configure that?
post. Actually, that configuration EDI, actually we will share all the field mapping from as a functional consultant. We will share this information from the technical point of view. Technical team will do the IDoc mapping, and then this third party versus SAP mapping will be done by web method team, middleware team.
Okay. If there is error, like, don't have any documents or something, so what we have to do for that?
Sorry, I didn't get your voice. It's breaking.
Through IDocs, if we are getting the error,
Okay.
like if you are not receiving any documents from the third party server, so in that case, what we have to do?
Yeah, if we are not receiving any IDocs, like we are not getting the data, then we need to check with our web method team. Actually, they are getting the data from your third party software or not. If they are not getting directly, they will we have to intimate the client as we are not getting any data from their third party server system.
Okay.
If we if they receive if they receive the web method team, then from web method to SAP, if it is failing, then web method team, and we need to fix what is the error they are like facing from the web method time while pulling the data into the SAP.
Okay. What is the T code for the IDocs?
WE02 for the display, we can see the status, and then WE019 we can create a new IDoc by using the existing IDoc by changing any data. If it is any data issues, some IDocs will fail due to some data issues also. For that we can manually modify that data within the IDoc level, and we can process it manually.
Okay. What is the P2P cycle?
For that P2P, we have to first create the purchase requisition, and then based on the purchase requisition, purchase order will come into picture. After that, inventory entry will be come into picture. That time inventory account data to GRIR accounts will get credit. And then my invoice accounting entry will be come into picture. That time GRIR will get debit, and then vendor will get credit. If we have any GST also, that will get debit tax. If it is TDS, then that will get credit.
What is the configuration steps?
Within the OBOSC, we have to configure all this GL account step with the combination of valuation class and account modifier. There we have to define the GL set within the OBOSC. There are multiple transaction keys are there. For example, like GBB is for cost of goods sold, we will define this, and then for the inventory we will be having the WRX, BSX. If we have any price differences, then in that time we have to define the GL within the PRD.
Okay. For example, if we can say like the vendor we are having the invoice like 10,000. So for 10,000 we are paying the amount like 10,100. So that amount we can do the payment, or we can't do.
No, invoice is done only for 10,000.
Yes.
Right, but you wanted to do that 11,000 as a payment.
10,100.
10,000, yeah, sorry, 10,100. Yeah, that we can do it, but that 100 amount will get display in the vendor line item as advance amount. Like,
how it will display?
see, line item wise, we have difference amount we have to select within that. While doing the payment, we have to select the difference amount over there. Then it will.
Okay, without difference amount, we can't do any other.
No, without difference amount, we cannot.
System will accept or it will not accept?
No, first of all, it will not accept if you did the any other amount. That time, if you wanted to post it with the difference amount also, that time you have to use the difference amount. Otherwise, it will not allow actually.
Okay, in this case, we can't use the tolerance group.
Yeah, the tolerance group will use, like if we define any tolerance, like within the tolerance it will also allow to post. See, for example, when it will allow is like whenever you define any purchase order, for example 10 quantity, that time, but your purchase order is for 10 quantity, but actually you receive the inventory as 11 quantity. If you have any tolerance limit for the 10 percentage, that time it will allow for the 11 quantity also, if we have any defined the tolerance limit for that particular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you please give me FPGA config?
First of all, we have to create the all like define all the company codes, and then company code setup. With each company code, we have to define the like income out, minimum maximum outgoing and maximum incoming amount. We have to define, and then we have to give the special GL indicators, and then we have to define on the payment methods for the company code level, country level, and then bank determination on house bank will have within these all steps we have to do within the like company code level. We have to define the payment method, and then country level we have to define the payment method. Within that payment method we have to define like if we are going to generate any payment file automatically, that time we have to define that DME payment tree also for each payment method.
If you not maintain any payment method in that, so what will happen?
If you didn't maintain any payment method, then you cannot able to run payment run, automatic payment run. You have to use manual payment option.
Okay. Without defining payment method, we can't go for any further movement.
No, without payment method we can't go for automatic. Without for manual payment we can go.
Okay. What's the O2C cycle configurations?
Within the VKOA setting, we have to define the GL set over there. Like we have to define the there are one account modifier there is one sequence. It is there like condition type, and then KOFI is a account modifier, like account determination that based on this account will be determined with the combination of chart of account and sales organization, distribution channel and division. Based on this combination we have to define the GL account. For the there are some transaction keys which is ERL and ERS. ERL for revenue, ERS for deductions if we are having any discounts or like this scenarios. For that time this ERS transaction key will trigger for the discount part. And then like whenever if you first of the scenario would be like we have to create the sales order, and then PGI will come into picture while doing the post goods issue. The accounting entry would be like PGI will get debit, and then cost of goods sold cost of goods sold account data will get debit, and then inventory will get credit. And then this cost of goods sold will come from OBYC setting JBB transaction key, and then invoice customer invoice account will be get triggered. That time customer will debit, and then sales revenue will get credit, and then receipt entry will come into picture. That time also like bank sub account will gets debit, and then like customer account will gets credit.
Okay. Have you worked on fixed assets?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, in fixed assets, we purchased one asset in India. So that asset also is going to use for the India only.
Okay.
So we purchased the asset, and that asset has reached to the location. It is installed. Everything is done. But the asset is not under use. So that is it. Asset is kept idle for the 1 year. So for that issue, what we have to do?
No, but asset actually it is not used, but the depreciation is calculating for the every month, right? For the 1 year, it is calculated.
Depreciation will calculate or it will not calculate?
No, so first of all, we have to see what type of asset it is. Is it is like AUC asset or
If it is a
actual asset?
machinery,
Sorry.
if it is a machinery,
Yeah, if it is machinery, it is a used asset or it is a asset under construction asset. Like if it is asset under construction, then it will not
no, it
post
is
any
ready to
depreciation.
use.
Used asset only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is used asset, then definitely it will post whenever you done the actual transaction like purchase of asset. After that, it will based on the your capitalization of that asset, then it will based on your depreciation key, it will post the depreciation automatically. If you don't want, then you have to define like a depreciation key within the within the asset master data. We have to keep it as a blank for the depreciation key.
Okay. 1 year we kept idle, and after that we are going to sell that asset because we don't want to go. We don't want to go for the use of that asset. So in that case, what we have to do?
Yeah, in that case also you can directly sell, but you are not posting any depreciation, right? Or directly you can sell sales of an asset. It will you can sales that particular asset if they don't want to do any postings like depreciation.
Yeah, but for example, we purchased for 1 lakh, but we are going to sell for 50,000.
In that case, we have to like for the whatever balance it is there, that will definitely go into the depreciation part, like asset sales, loss of sales of asset. It will trigger that particular that balance amount, whatever loss amount it is there,
Okay.
that will trigger into the sales loss of GL will get triggered.
Okay, where we have to show that loss of asset?
Within the A190, like we have the we have to give it the asset class. Under that asset class, we have to define these GL sets for each for the depreciation area part. The accumulated depreciation, sale of asset, profit, loss of sales, loss on sale of asset, profit on loss, sale of asset. All these GLs will be defined within the A190.
Okay. Have worked on any year-end activities?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Whenever we are closing the whenever client is closing the books of accounts, everything, so that P&L balance, everything it will go to it will going to close, right?
Yes.
So that profit or loss amount, where it will move?
No, actually, it will that we will transfer that balance. The balance sheet amount transfer that will only gets transfer into the next fiscal year. Like
Yeah, how it will show?
we
Means,
have to
which
yeah
what kind of GL?
there is a one transaction code. It is there that we have to there is one standard transaction code. It is there that we have to execute to the we have to transfer the like current balance into the current from the current previous fiscal year to current fiscal year. Return earning GL account will get involved in this. It is used to like balance carry forward from one fiscal year to another fiscal year.
Yes. Total you worked for total 2 implementations, right?
Yes.
You joined to entity data very recently, right?
Yeah, yes. Last
Yeah.
year only I joined. Yeah, last year December month.
Yeah. Is there any reason to shift the company?
Actually, they are forcing me to travel into Saudi Arabia for the 6 months of duration, which is very critical. Actually, I have 1 year child, but even I communicated the same thing to them also, but they are forcing me to travel into 6 months of period. But at least 1 year, 1 month or 2 months, it is fine. But they are asking me to travel for the 6 months, which is will be critical. That is what I am looking for. Other than that, there is nothing.
Okay. Which all cutover activities you participated?
For the cutover activities, all the cutover activities like GL master data, vendor master data, customer master data, profit center, cost center master data, internal order part, and asset master data, asset balances, GL balances, AP balances, AR balances. All from the A to Z, I have participated within this. We have the within current client is following the 2022 version. Within this version, we will be having the one migrate your data app, which is we have within the Fiori app. With the help of this app, we have to directly we can download the standard template which SAP has given. That after downloading, we have to fill the data within that format, and then we have to like before we have to download and we have to provide the training to the business users on this particular template. Once we get the data, we can upload the same in the system. Before that, we have to just validate and we can proceed by uploading the system.
Okay.
And then for the other like cost center, master data, GL, some profit center, and then internal order part, we used LSNW.
Okay.
Yeah.
If for AP aging report, so how you will configure that?
Yeah, aging report, for that we went for the customizing part. Raviteja. We are going to we enhanced that aging report. Actually, currently in as for HANA, it is only showing for the 180 days only. But actually, current client requirement is they wanted to display for the till current the entire year. For each 30 days, they wanted to display till 360 days. Every 30 days.
Okay.
So for that we just copied the standard program, and then we did some modifications within the standard program.
AP aging report is only customization or only standardized?
No, with standardized one we copied, and then we created the G program for that, and then we extended some more buckets. Like currently system has given only 6 buckets which is included for the each, but they wanted to have the 12 buckets for each bucket they wanted to display for the 30 days outstanding.
Yeah. Okay. AP aging report, total how many kinds we can do? Means the total on what basis we can prepare the AP aging report?
Yeah, aging report like see for example customer wise, vendor wise, for example vendor each payment method wise also we can display that report, and then from the date of booking of the invoice, from that date to how many date it is having, and then what is the payment terms for it, what all are the line items are crossed for the payment terms, and which are all not yet due, which are in due. All this way we can do.
Okay. Have worked on intercompany transactions?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. What's the basic components for that?
Actually, within the OBYA setting, we have to define the GL accounts, and then we have to, whenever we are going to create like any intercompany transaction, it will see for example at the header level we have to keep it as a 1000 company code, and then line item wise we have to define in a different other company code. Like say for example expense is accrued from the 2000 company code, but actually that payment is going to done from 1000 company code. That time it is this will post a cross company code postings.
Okay. If is there any mismatch, so what will happen?
Mismatch means I didn't get you.
Any amount mismatch or something happen. So while posting, it is going from one GL to some other GL. So in that case.
No, GL. No. If it is went, okay. In that case, we can transfer that value from one GL to another GL also, or otherwise we have to cancel that actual document which is posted incorrectly, and we have to post it the correct document.
Okay. Total, how many intercompany codes we can use for one company code?
Yeah, we can use multiple company codes. Actually, current client is having total 7 company codes, but they are using for header level only 1000 company code. Other 6 company code they are using at line item level. For one line item is for a 2000 and second line item for 3000 company code. Like that they are using for the six lines or six multiple company codes they are using. That can be done.
Okay. Have you participated in any trainings?
Yeah, I provided the trainings for the freshers, Raviteja.
Okay.
Yeah, for the baseline configuration, all these steps, and then we guided them how can we analyze the issue if we get any issues in that point of view, and all these things. The high level I given the training.
Okay. What's the DME structure?
Yeah, DME structure, like it will create the payment file automatically. Like whenever we execute F110, that time we have to after executing the F110, we have to with the F110 parameters. We have to execute the FBPM1 transaction code with the F110 parameters, and then we have to execute this FBPM1. Then system will create a batch input session, and then it will generate the payment file, and then whatever the payment file it is generated, that will directly hit into that will send out to the MBC system, middleware system. From the MBC it will go to the bank based